Give me one. Give me two. NUC. You know.
This is Coach Schuman here. We're going to break down the potential Heisman Trophy candidates for this year for the 2011 season. Very wide open race, and in my opinion, you've had Andrew Luck, who started out the year as definitely the front runner. Let's start with why isn't this guy in the Heisman mix? First guy is Montee Ball. When you talk about someone that should be in the Heisman mix and doesn't get the respect or the love that he should, Montee Ball is the first guy that comes to mind. 34-plus touchdowns on the season. He's on pace to break Barry Sanders' record of 39 touchdowns in a year in 11 games. He has more touchdowns than anybody in the country, and worse, he's going to end up as number 2. Most likely will pass Barry Sanders. How a guy that has 34 touchdowns on the season is not in the Heisman mix is beyond me. Maybe it's because he plays in Wisconsin. If Wisconsin didn't lose those 2 games by such a hair with last-second passes, would Montee Ball be in the mix? You'd have to consider him. Next, I like to rank in order who I believe are the top 5 Heisman candidates, starting with number 5. Number 5 is Landry Jones. He's the reason why Oklahoma's had the passing attack that he's had this year. They have an excellent offense. They score a lot of points, and they're going into the game against Oklahoma State with the opportunity to be the top team in the Big 12. Landry Jones is the number 5 guy for the Heisman Trophy. Landry Jones is a guy that maybe at the beginning of the year they thought, hey, Andrew Luck and Landry Jones are going to be the candidates, but 2 tough losses in games that he played pretty well. But, you know, when you lose 2 games like that, you're not going to be in the top 3 in the Heisman mix. Number 4 is Matt Barkley. Beginning of the year, nobody gave Matt Barkley and USC a chance of having the season that they had. If it wasn't for being on probation, USC would be in the Pac-12 championship game. Matt Barkley is the reason. Matt Barkley's connection with Robert Woods, among other receivers within the USC group, Marquise Lee, they've done a fantastic job getting them the ball. They have an established running game. He's a commanding leader, a presence at the quarterback position, and he is somebody that's going to be a very high draft pick. Maybe when all said and done, he could end up being the top quarterback. Number 3, RG3, Robert Griffin III. He's a guy that I thought, hey, maybe he could be in the top 2 at some points. He's had every single game he's played in this year. If Robert Griffin was not the quarterback at Baylor, you might be talking about a team that has some good athletes but wouldn't win more than 3 or 4 games. He's the reason, despite having several losses on their schedule, he's had a great game every single year. It doesn't matter who he played against. How many guys do you have that are world-class sprinters? He was a high hurdle champ and intermediate hurdle champ in high school, also playing the quarterback position. Very, very intelligent guy, understands the game. When you see RG3's pass against Oklahoma to win the game, to upset Oklahoma, you see a special player, somebody to me that is a very high first-round draft pick at the quarterback position. He has skill sets that you haven't seen since Michael Vick. At number 2, I have, and this is tough, and a lot of people are going to probably vote differently on this, number 2 is Trent Richardson. Trent Richardson, a fantastic running back, probably by most people's estimation is the leading candidate from a Heisman Trophy standpoint. Has over 20 touchdowns on the season. He's a load. He might be the best NFL draft pick from a running back position in a long time. He's got speed, power, size, explosion, and he's the reason why Alabama was really playing a fantastic game against LSU, and obviously they will have the opportunity, or should have the opportunity, to rematch LSU in the national championship game. Trent Richardson is my number 2 guy in the Heisman Trophy candidates. And my number 1 guy, Andrew Luck. He's the returning top quarterback in the country. He plays for Stanford, and a lot of people say, oh, well, they lost the game to Oregon, and, you know, he didn't have this great a game here, he didn't have that great a game there. To me, the way the decisions that he makes on the field, the fact that he controls the offense, the fact that he calls his own plays, the leadership that he brings to the game, and his presence, athletic ability, and passing ability are second to none. There's no one that can match the decision making that he makes. The other quarterbacks, RG3, Matt Barkley, have had great seasons number-wise. Landry Jones, great season number-wise. What he does with the formations that they run, with the running game they have, the leadership and passing, and the clutch ability that he has late in the game is second to none. Stanford would not be where they are right now without Andrew Luck, and that's a lot of things that get lost on people. Andrew Luck brings an amazing ability to not just win ball games, but to lead his team and to put the whole team on his back and get them to do the things that are necessary to win the ball game.